Hello students, hope you're all doing well. In this online session, we'll be doing assessment on Microsoft Word. We have done all the we have done enough study in the classroom, and also have been sending you online tutorials, and you've been doing really well. You have been sending me the work back on Word. So it's time to do the assessment on Microsoft Word today. So on word processing software, I'll be sending you this assessment, and I will go through this explanation one by one. So what you have to do is, okay, let's read the scenario first. You're working as an administration officer for Worldwide Wildlife, a charity working in the field of endangered animals. You have asked to prepare a press release entitled Endangered Species to be distributed in a press conference. You're also training a new assistant to take over some of your duties, and you will need to explain to him some of the ways you check accuracy of documents and how he can make his documents look attractive. I'll simplify this assessment, students. What we do is uh, task one, this 1.1 and 1.2, you just have to open the computer and type it and save the work, which I will explain in a minute. Let's do 2.1, create a new word processing document. Set up the page orientation portrait. So you don't have to do anything in there, just you have to open a new document. That's it. You already know how to do that. You have to open a file, new, blank document. Portrait orientation is page layout orientation, and it's already in a portrait, so we don't have to do much about it. Right, next, set the top and left page margins to 2 centimeter. Page margins are already 2 centimeters here. They're already 2 centimeters. In case if it's not there, what you can do is, if you see this page margins, you see this page layout page margins, from there you can go to custom margins, and here you can change it to top, bottom, is it left, right, everything 2 centimeters, and you can just change it and click on 222 everywhere and click on OK. So it has left 2 centimeter page margins. Okay. um, Nothing to worry about here. Set the paragraph spacing, don't worry about it. Line spacing is also single, nothing to worry about it. I'll explain, you know how to set the font to Arial, set the font size to 12. So I will come back to this in a minute. Now what I want you to do is, I want you to first copy this from the ivory band on eBay till forever. Okay, copy this. You know how to copy it. In case if you want to type it, you can type it. Copy, and here you paste it. Copy that document, paste it. Okay, and this you change. What am I doing? Right, good. Now this you change it to Arial and font size 12. See this document, if in case if you're typing, you should change the font style and the font size first, because I'm copying and pasting. I paste it first and then I change it to font size 12, and also the font style I'll change it to Arial. Okay guys, now next instruction, save the file using the file name ivory band in the wildlife folder. I'll come to this part now. They create a new folder called wildlife in your allocated space, but now I will explain you that part as well. Save the file name, save the file using file name ivory band. I'm just going to, the document that I typed. Save this file. How do we see? File, save as, uh, yeah, it's loading now. Here when it opens up, wherever you want to save it, whether you want to save it on a desktop or document, I will save it on a desktop. It's easy for me to identify. You can save it under documents. I will click on desktop. I will go into new folder, and this new folder I'm going to give it as, what's the folder name? Sorry, I just forgot the folder name. Wildlife, I guess. Wildlife. I will create the folder, and then here I'll give it as ivory band. File name is ivory band, and then I click on save. See, under the folder wildlife, I created the file name ivory band, and I'm just going to save the work. Okay, you see this file name is changed to ivory band. Next, let's read the next instruction. Where's it? Next instruction. Wildlife folder. There, that's right. I was checking. Check the file for any errors and carry out the spelling mistakes. If there are some spelling mistakes, students, do the correction. Do the correction of the spelling mistakes, and also the why this green line? Because I think I left too much of space. Pan comes. So do all the corrections. So right click on it. Do all the corrections of red line, green line you have. Right click on it. Right click on it. I'm just because there's too much of space, I guess, and right click on it. So I'll leave the rest for you to do. Okay. Next, in the header, insert your name and student number. In the header, just type your name, students. If you know your number, type your number. If you don't know your number, no student ID number, never mind, just type your name in the header. I'm going to close that. Next instruction. In the footer, automatic date and file name. In the footer is bottom of the page. I'm just going to go there at the bottom of the page. I'm just going to click here, bottom of the page. Yes, and date. I'm just going to give a date, and also file name. File name is what's the file name? Footer. Here, if you go into the footer, if you click on the arrow down there, do we have a file name in there? Quick parts. Let's see. Or you can just type the ivory ban. Just type the file name, and file name was ivory ban. Or if you go into quick parts also, yes, wait from there. But anyway, you click on the ivory pan over there. Okay. Resave the file, keeping the same name. Just save the file and save it. Again, just save it. Don't change the file name. Just save the file name. Print one copy of the file ivory band. You don't have to print a copy. You save that file. Okay, students, so that you will send me as an attachment. Please don't send me one file at a time. Once you finish all the assessment, then you will send me all the files together. Save a copy of the file ivory band as ivory band final in the same folder. Okay, now again I'm going to save this file. Again I'm going to save this file. This is ivory band. I'm going to save this file again. I'm just going to activate it. Now file, save as. Now in the same folder, wildlife folder that I've created, this file I'll be saving ivory band final. Okay, and I'm just going to click on save. So I have saved that file twice, once as ivory band and the next as ivory band final. Now work on the file ivory band final. Okay, I will do that. Change the main heading to the font size 14. The main heading font size to 14. What's the main heading? This is your main heading. So I'm just going to highlight this and change the font size to 14. Good. Now next, I'm just going to follow the instruction. Format the main heading to be bold. Center the heading. Format the main heading. This is a main heading. I'm making it bold, and also I'm going to align it center. Good. Next, format the subheadings to be bold. Subheadings are this: welcome decision. I'm going to make that bold, and I'm going to other threatened species. I'm going to make this is also subheading. I'm going to make this also bold. This line is just I'm just going to align it properly. Okay, students, I'm just pressing the space bar in there. Next part of it: indent the first line of each paragraph by 1 centimeter. Indent first line of each paragraph. So when you click on the first paragraph here, first line, you see this indentation. Just move that to 1 centimeter. Oh, the whole paragraph is moved. No, I just want the first line to be moved. Is it the top one? I'm just a bit confused now. Yes, that's just the top part. You will move it. Show it one more time here. Indentation. I'm just going to see this part, the top part. I'm just going to move it by 1 centimeter. Yes, that's right. And then the third one as well, third paragraph too. I'm just going to click on the third paragraph and just I'm going to move that first part until here 1 centimeter, guys. Right, that's done. Next part, justify all the text in the document, but make sure that main heading is still centered. Justify is make sure all the heading should be centered, which I'm just going to align, select everything and click on justify alignment. Yes. And the next part is replace the 4.9. Replace the word threatened with the word endangered wherever it occurs. Threatened with the word endangered. So wherever you see the word threatened, it should be replaced with endangered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this option of replace. You see this option of replace? I'm going to click on replace. I'm finding what? I'm finding the word threatened and replace with endangered. Be careful with the spelling. If you make a spelling mistake, it won't find it. And I'm going to click on replace all. See that it has made 3 replacement. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm just going to click on close. So wherever there was threatened, for example, there was one word threatened here, it's changed it to endangered. So wherever there was a word threatened, it's changed to endangered. Okay, next part. Okay, that's done. Now 5.1, add the following table at the end of the document. So because I'm giving you soft copy of this, you can just copy and paste it, or you can okay, you can't copy this side. Let's see if I can copy. No, you have to look into this and type it. What's wrong with this? Can I just copy this? I'm just going to copy that, and then I'm just going to paste it here. Is it working? No. Otherwise, just insert table. It requires 3 columns. Insert table, 3 columns and 10 rows. And insert it and type it, students. I will not type it. It will take too much of time for me to type it. I'm just going to type any heading, animal, and I'm just going to write animal. You can increase the size of the table, or animal, location. Is it location? I'm losing my memory too. Location, approximate number left. Approximate number left. So just make sure you enter the remaining data as well in there. Fill in your table. Okay, guys. And here, format all the headings to be bold. All the heading is here. I'm going to format all the heading. I'm just make the heading or bold, home, and look, my son is disturbing now. Say hello to everybody, Arman.
No, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna stop here.
Go and see what your father is doing, please. Oh, see, students, it's not that easy to work with a child. Okay, let's continue. Okay, now make sure all the board enter the third column. Okay, that's fine, you have done it. Make sure all borders grid lines on the printout. That's fine, you have all the borders. Check for errors, any spell check. If you have any errors or a spell check, please do the correction. Save your file, keeping the file name Ivory Band Final. Save your work, students. Save your work, please. Do you want your British Airways or not?
I'm running.
Then save your work. Make sure you all click on save your work. I'm bribing him with a toy, so not to disturb me. And print 1 copy of the Ivory Band. You cannot, if you want, you can take a printout and keep it in your folder. But for me, you will send me this as an attachment and close the Ivory Band Final. So what you do, students, when you're sending me as an attachment, you will send me this ivory band final and ivory band, two files. Okay, you will send me as two files at two documents as an attachment, and also you will send me this written task. So what is this written task? I will explain you task 6. You have to type the answer for this question in a Microsoft Word document. I will show you an example. Describe your new assistant how to produce documents using a different formatting techniques that are accurate and well laid out. I will just show you one example of the answer. Uh, Let me show you. You will type that answer in Microsoft Word. Let me just explain you how is it. How do you write it? See, first question, when you're producing a document using different formatting techniques that are you need to type it correctly, spell check. Also, go through your work thoroughly and correct any errors you have made. That is accurate. How do you say the document is well laid out? The second part of the question I'm explaining you. The how do you so the document is well laid out. The document is well laid out when you use right formatting, font techniques, alignments, bullets, using the tables, page layout, page margins correctly. So that's when the document is well laid out, isn't it? So you have to type your answer in this. And then 6.2, think about three documents you have produced and described to your assistant. This document that you have produced, this produced the document assistant, who and what the information is for. This information is about wild endangered wildlife animals, and it is for a press conference where a word processing documents can be used whether on screen or printed. It is used both screen as well as printed. Where it is likely to be used, it is likely to be used in a press conference. Identify different types of templates available, when to use them. Different types of templates available to us are um, letters, CVs, memos, business facts, elegant letter, professional facts. So you can identify one or two uh, templates that we have used, and you can just write one or two lines about each. So what I want you to do is I want you to type answers, use your own words. If you want to refer Google, you can refer Google, but make sure I've given you the answers anyway, but understand it and write it in your own words, please, and type it in a Microsoft Word document and send me as an attachment. So what you're doing is, when you three files you will send me, one is ivory band, that's first file. The second one is ivory band final, and the third one is this written task you have typed in a Microsoft Word document. So three files you will send me to my email. Hopefully send it as soon as possible so that I can send you the last assessment which is very simple to once you send me this email. Next week is a half term break, so I will not be contacting you next week, but you're free to send me your finished completed task anytime, and speak to you all again in my next online tutorial. Still then, take care students. Bye bye.